President Trump has appeared to set what initially seemed like a 2-week deadline for negotiations with Denmark over the future of Greenland, though he later clarified that the timeline is effectively open-ended with no strict cutoff. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One, the president described the process as a long-term negotiation without any fixed expiration, stating that the time frame could extend forever, comparing it to historical deals spanning 99 or 50 years, and emphasizing that the United States retains full flexibility, including potential military options if necessary. This comes amid ongoing strategic discussions about U.S. interests in the Arctic, where Greenland's geographic position is viewed as critical for monitoring regional threats and strengthening national security presence. In Nuuk, Greenland's capital, Denmark's prime minister has arrived for direct talks, joined by expectations of broader European involvement, signaling a shift toward more constructive diplomacy after earlier tensions. During a press conference there, Greenland's prime minister responded to questions about possibly deploying elements of the Golden Dome missile defense system on the territory by stressing the need for respectful dialogue, noting that existing defense agreements with the United States channeled through the Kingdom of Denmark and NATO membership already provide a framework for security cooperation. He added that NATO itself cannot negotiate sovereignty issues over Greenland, which remain under the authority of Denmark and Greenland's government. The Golden Dome system, designed to counter a broader range of threats including intercontinental ballistic missiles, hypersonic weapons, cruise missiles, and drones, is seen by supporters as a way to enhance homeland defense against emerging Arctic risks. For now, the situation on the ground appears more diffused, with all parties focused on keeping communication channels open rather than imposing ultimatums, as talks continue to evolve with significant implications for U.S. foreign policy, Arctic strategy, and relations with NATO allies. President Trump, in comments to reporters aboard Air Force One, strongly emphasized that any potential negotiation or agreement regarding Greenland has no fixed time limit, describing the time frame as infinity with no expiration date whatsoever. He elaborated that the process is effectively forever, drawing comparisons to long-term arrangements such as those spanning 99 years or 50 years, underscoring that this open-ended approach was part of the discussions. The president further asserted that the United States maintains complete flexibility in its options moving forward, including the possibility of pursuing military measures or any other approach deemed necessary to advance U.S. interests in the region. This statement came in the context of ongoing talks with Denmark over Greenland's strategic future, where the U.S. has highlighted the Arctic territory's importance for national security, particularly in relation to emerging threats from adversaries. At a press conference in Greenland's capital, Nuuk, a reporter directly asked the territory's prime minister whether he would welcome the deployment of the Golden Dome missile defense system on Greenlandic soil. The prime minister responded by expressing a clear preference for a respectful and constructive dialogue on such matters, without committing to or rejecting the idea outright. The Golden Dome is a proposed advanced multi-layered missile defense initiative aimed at protecting the United States and its allies from a wide range of threats, including ballistic missiles, hypersonic weapons, cruise missiles, and drones. Supporters view potential placement of components in Greenland, due to its strategic Arctic location, as a way to bolster homeland defense against long-range attacks from powers like Russia or China. However, the Prime Minister's reply highlighted the importance of maintaining open, respectful communication within existing frameworks, such as defense agreements between the United States and the Kingdom of Denmark, as well as broader NATO cooperation. Sovereignty over Greenland remains firmly under Danish and Greenlandic authority, and any discussions on security enhancements would need to respect those boundaries while prioritizing diplomacy.
Greenland's Prime Minister, responding to questions about the potential deployment of the Golden Dome missile defense system on the territory, emphasized his desire for a respectful and constructive dialogue on such sensitive security matters. He pointed out that Greenland already maintains a solid defense agreement with the United States, facilitated through the Kingdom of Denmark, which provides a well-established framework for military cooperation. Additionally, he highlighted that Greenland is fully integrated into the NATO framework, benefiting from the alliance's collective defense commitments and shared strategic priorities. Current U.S. missile defense systems are primarily configured to intercept rogue intercontinental ballistic missiles, with capabilities focused on threats originating from nations such as North Korea or Iran, though experts note that existing systems are not yet optimized to counter advanced threats from major powers like China. Defense experts and U.S. officials have advocated for significant upgrades and expansions to modernize these defenses, enabling them to effectively target a much broader spectrum of emerging dangers, including drones, hypersonic missiles, and cruise missiles that represent evolving challenges in the Arctic and beyond. Meanwhile, as discussions continue, Denmark's Prime Minister has traveled to Greenland to participate directly in the talks, underscoring the importance of high-level engagement. In her statements en route, she firmly reiterated that NATO, as an organization, cannot negotiate or decide matters related to sovereignty over Greenland, as such issues fall exclusively under the jurisdiction of Denmark and Greenland's own government. This position reflects the delicate balance between alliance obligations and national sovereignty, with all parties stressing the need for diplomacy to guide any future security arrangements in the strategically vital Arctic region. The ongoing negotiations remain centered on maintaining open communication, respecting existing agreements, and addressing mutual interests in regional stability and defense without imposing unilateral timelines or conditions.